Ladies and gentlemen, I'm in my lady killer coat. And I'm going to keep calling it that because I don't see the issue with it. And because words are just words as long as I don't enact actions to the words I have said. The fuck did I just say? Not a damn thing. I'm just saying things that come in my head. And what's so rude about freedom of expression, freedom of opinion, freedom of choice? No. It's freedom of expression and freedom of speech. It's the First Amendment. I know that does not mean freedom of, what's the word I'm looking for? Consequences! But I'm always an accountable person for my actions. My actions! These are words, ladies and gentlemen. Have I ever enacted anything hard and or vicious and or defaming of my character towards women? Not in the way that I said towards this code, but probably, possibly, because everybody has limits and things that they are willing to allow with, like, how dare you not greet me as I walk into the room? And that's not on women, that's on people with small personalities that think that they should always be treated as a god for some fucking reason. Like, no, you're an existing being. Like, yeah, you could be a god, but not to me. And with an attitude like that, I'm going to treat you accordingly, and according to me, you need to be treated down a little bit so you could talk to me, because for some reason you think you're superior than me. I don't think I'm superior than you. I'm just trying to figure out why the fuck we are having this issue when there doesn't need to be. A superiority complex because they don't know what else to do. They have to scream and flee and finagle because they have issues with themselves. I get it. It screams out in the way that you act for those that are more intact, for those that are more mentally and emotionally competent, and for those that are more happy with themselves. They don't need to quite scream it out on mountaintops like, look at me! Look at me! Everybody! Look at me! I'm happy! But not everybody realizes that, because we're not taught emotional regularity. We're not taught emotional anything, honestly. We're just taught, hey, listen to those that are older than you. Hey, listen to those that are in charge of you. Hey, listen to those that are standing above you, but don't question how they made it. Don't question if they're qualified. Don't you dare question them at all. They are your superior. How dare you come into question of their thoughts? And that could be broken down in so many scenarios. That could be broken down in sex. That could be broken down in race. That could be broken down in competition. That could be broken down in so many different things. But people just hear what I say and take it at face value and just think what I say is what I mean and what I mean is what I say. Sometimes yes and sometimes no. But understanding context is very important, though, ladies and gentlemen. And when I say it's my lady killer coat, I just say it's my lady killer coat because I like how the fuck it makes me feel. And in all honesty, when I looked at this coat, I was like, this bitch kind of make me look like a gangster. Like, this shit big on me. The way I like to wear it, the way it make me feel, it kind of makes me feel like it's a power coat. But I call it my lady killer coat just because I thought it'd be fun. I thought it'd be funny. And I still do, even though recently I have gotten backlash for it. And I'm just like, damn. The internet's kind of running slow. Typically, I get backlash like this. It took like 3 to 4 weeks of me having to say lady killer for people to be like, hey, I don't like this. But you don't even know how the fuck I treat women. Well, I don't like that you call your coat a lady killer coat. Well, what if I told you that I let women basically treat me like a doormat if they want and I give it, and I don't even question it? I don't even want pussy in return. I just want fair treatment. But that never, ever warns that, because do I ever do that when I go for the agreements? No, I just ask, hey, how are you? And then they continue to spew out with their emotions, and I do what I do about helping people through. But am I really helping them, or am I enabling them subconsciously, not really knowing consciously that I am the reason why they're continuing to do what they do? Because so long as there are people like me willing to help them, because so long as there's people like me willing to help them through their issues that they may have put themselves through. I say may because there are some things that you are put through. There are some things that you 1,000% completely chose to, but you continue to fucking do it every fucking waking moment. You are trying to kill yourself, but you're not going to tell everybody. But if somebody actually paid attention to any of your stories, we would know, we would see that you're truly, truly, truly needing somebody to love and hug you for who who you are, but because you're too broken inside, you need to do it first. But because you won't, nobody could ever do anything for you. From the outside, it's all we are is monetary gain for you. And if we won't give you money, then you say, get away from me. Fuck your love. Fuck your attention. Pay for my discretion. Pay for my issues. Pay for all the things that I can't handle. And if you can't, well, fuck you. You don't even make enough. You ain't even worth shit. Fuck you. I'm gonna move on to the next person, because the next person's gonna give a shit about me because you don't. Well, actually, you're probably right about that. I don't give a shit about you because you don't give a shit about you. If I give a shit about you, then it doesn't really matter, because you're the main character in your life. You're the reason why a lot of things happen to you, not necessarily everything, because when you're a kid, your parents or guardians, those are supposed to supervise you, are supposed to make sure things are nice for you, but they don't always. So at this point of being an adult where you can make your own independent decision, you can do anything that you want to, and you continue to choose the incorrect things that always put you in the positions that you know you're going to be, where you're always begging, but you say you hate to beg, you're a great salesman. And I understand that as a person that never gets time outside of my brain. I see what you see. I see what they see. I see what others see. I see from eagle view too. I don't know why. My thoughts in my mind is different. And like I keep telling you guys, people hate the things that I say, the things that I say, but they don't really know what I do. So they can't really hate me if you ask me personally, because you just hate the things that I say. What do? Like I told you, back to the ladies, I treat them with high superiority because I listen to society. Pussy's got power, pussy's got control, and pussy told me what I had to do, and she continued to complain, and I thought, well, maybe if I took these issues away from her, she'd feel a little bit happier. Maybe if I helped her through, maybe if I did this, maybe if I gave her my time, maybe if I gave her my money, maybe if I gave her attention, maybe if I gave her, she would give me something of equal value, and most would assume it's pussy. To the small youthful mind of mine, yes, that would have worked a long time ago, but at this age of 24, with knowing that there is more to life than accidentally reproducing and then having to deal with another conscience to raise another being to hopefully be better than the predecessors, but lately it hasn't always been that case. The kid is better than the predecessors, but not because the predecessors did something to help it. I choose now as an older intellectual, as an older emotional, as an older physical, but they're going to see me for my youth. So shall it be. I don't give a shit. Either you understand me or you don't. It don't matter how old you are. I've talked to fucking 5-year-olds that understood me. I've talked to 55-year-olds like, you're confusing. So I'm like, wow, this world is weird, but fuck it. As long as I'm not trying to touch anybody inappropriately for the age and consent of what it should be, I am not feeling guilty for any of the things that I have said to anybody. Because actions speak louder than words. It's all I do is speak. Then what am I doing to people? It's not my fault if you're easily manipulated, and that was my problem when I was younger. I let women tell me whatever, and then I thought I was doing correctly when secretly I was enabling them, just not knowing it consciously, but subconsciously I was just like, it's kind of funny how every single time, like I even hung on to a couple females just to see if it's just me or if I'm just delusional, because I've been labeled weird, I've been labeled crazy, so every once in a while that plays in my head. But what they're really telling me is, you see life for what it really is. Stop that! You see life for what it really is. Don't you be talking about that! You know what's really going on. Shut the fuck up! We don't want you to continue to tell people. But they label you weird, they label you crazy. Like, yeah, thank you for telling me that, but I had to learn it through my own thoughts. I have a real connection to reality. Y'all have a disillusioned connection with reality because y'all watch these movies and think, that's what life is. No, that's what they want life to be. But it ain't like that. There's barely any fucking reality in movies. And that's why people find it weird that people are homosexual and people are bisexual. Well, that's because there is little to no fucking truth in movies and TV shows. If you've ever noticed, I know I keep going off on tangents and shit. If you ever fucking noticed, most characters are Caucasian, if it's America. They are straight. And if they are of one race, they typically hang around one race. It's just like, how is that life? How's that reality? How is that anything? Because if you ask me, man, it's because I'm in a diverse area, which isn't really that diverse. If I walk out, I'm going to see people of all different walks of races and blah, this and blah, that. And how are you going to make a cinematic universe or whatever, a TV universe, a movie universe, where it's just literally one fucking race and be like, yep, that's life? The fuck it is? Where? Like, I know geographically there might just be one pigmentation, but there's gonna be a gay one, there's gonna be someone that likes chocolate, there's gonna be this, there's gonna be that, there's gonna be that, there's gonna be this, but they fucking have these diagrams, and that's what they're trying to teach us is normal. And that's where I got fucked about treating women with high superiority because they have pussies, but they really didn't all have value mentally. And don't try to take this wrong way. I'm trying to devalue women. No, women are valuable in essence of when they actually enact what they want to, compared to when they're just being, when they're just trying to use their bodies as purely an asset with no mind control. You're just doing just to do, kind of like how guys are all around fucking these women just to fuck around and, oh, I got a baby. That's not mine. That's not mine. I'm the shitty baby daddy. Fuck, I'm not going to take care of that. And then continue to fuck up the future and then wonder why things are going so wrong. I promise you guys, I will bash guys. Just connection because I'm a heterosexual man. My anger is towards women because I only date women. If I dated men and women, I'd have anger towards men and women. If you guys understand that, then you guys understand. I'm not trying to be sexist in any shape, way, or form. But not only do I date women, majority of my life is surrounded by women. I shit you the fuck not. So I feel kind of like an expert on women for having a fucking penis because most men don't understand. I'm like, women aren't that hard to understand. You're just an idiot. But at the same time, women be like, men are so hard to understand. I'm like, God damn, I'm basically talking to... Take gender out of the equation, you're both fucking idiots. You don't want to understand each other because you don't want to understand each other. If you want to understand someone, you will understand them. That's just plain and simple about anything in life. But most people don't understand that in general. So I'm just like, and just young me trying to understand a lot of things coming from a foreign country, coming from a language barrier, blah this, blah that. It's just, I'm glad I do not have the same exact mind that I have at 18 as I am at 24, because if I did, I would be in the same exact issues, going through the exact same things, and then be questioned, why am I having problems? Because I am allowing myself to have issues. I am allowing to have myself problems. Now I'm going to try to wrap this up nicely because I got to get to work soon. I'm in the work parking lot. So, love them as much as you're willing to love them, but do not love them more than you love yourself. Do not love them as much as you love yourself, because the love that you give to yourself could always be given back to you, could always be given back to you, could always be given back to you. But the love that you give to other people, you would hope it's given back to you. You would hope it's spread out. But sometimes people take that love and say, "Aw, thank you." And then their head gets bigger and they're like, I'm the fucking shit. Why? Because so-and-so told me so multiple times, all the time. So I'm going to take that I'm the shit personality and take it to everywhere else. And not everybody else is going to have that exact same currency to the I'm the shit. Some people are going to see me as very valuable. Some people are going to see me as very unvaluable. And I understand that. Now, when I was younger, no. Nope. And some people never see you as a valuable person regardless of what you do. And some people will always see you valuable, yet again, regardless of what you do. You could do nothing, you could do everything. It's just knowing those that you hold around you. And what I've come to learn is, when I was younger, I did. But now that I'm older and understand why I did the do, I know better to go in places because of past experiences. I know this is not you, but I've seen somebody do these exact steps. Like if there was a rule book to, how to play. Like there's rules to football, there's rules to soccer, there's rules to basketball, there's rules to baseball, there's rules to how to manipulate you. And you guys seem like you learn the same exact rules. And there's so many different books on how to manipulate people. So it's just like, I know I've felt this before. I know I've seen this before. My stomach keeps telling me. My body keeps telling me. My mind keeps telling me. But me, I just want to sit and see. There's a sign for a storm. You should know from the past experiences, I would hope. But like I keep telling you and what I've told you in the story, there are people that just love and crave that shit. And for as long as there's going to be people that enable, i.e. used to be me, they're going to forever exist, because if I can always... the biggest fear I've understood in life is not being willing to jump because you're afraid you're not going to land on something. And you're afraid that you're going to go poor, you're afraid you're going to die, you're afraid of this, blah, 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 this, blah, that. And I understand that because I am fearful of some things. But for them, they have the mindset of, I know I can make this jump because it doesn't matter about the abyss. I know who my safety nets are. I know who I can run to. I know this, I know that. I don't ever have to get myself out of a situation if I ask other people to help me out of the situation. But they will claim that they got themselves out of that situation. But it's funny when they have the chance to help others, it's just like, nah, I ain't got the time. I ain't got the money. I ain't got the energy. I can't do it. I'm sorry. Or they'll be like, they silently win, but they outwardly lose. Well, I outwardly win, and I silently lose. And if you understand it, you understand it. If you don't, you fucking don't. I'm going to keep saying that because if you understand it, you do. And if you fucking don't, you don't. What you have to do is figure out the outside winners and the inside winners from the outside losers and the inside losers. And once you figure those out, then make your friendships off of that. Because if you're always going to hang around those outside losers that always tell their stories, that always want people to feel down for them, that always ask for the money, blah this, blah that. They want to always ask for the bag, but when they get a bag big enough that can help other people and they can distribute it, they just fucking fumble it and then continue asking for the bag. And the thing about that is you're not even gonna know about the information, but your body gonna tell you, leave, run, no. And that's if you're lucky enough to have the intuition. Some of you guys are just gonna be dumb enough to be stuck in it until death. I have the intuition. I just didn't have the mindset to understand what my stomach was telling me. Now that I understand my stomach better, I'm like, oh. I promise belly will stick away from women like that, okay? I also promise mind will stick away from women like that. We don't need no more breakdowns over somebody that don't matter at the end of the day, because this is the only body I should be having a breakdown over. Because it's my only body. Like, you have your only body. Take care of your body, because at the end of the day, all the other people that you invest into, they may leave you. Kids are a whole different story and a whole different connection. And that's with the mental understanding, if you raise them correct enough for them to want to love you instead of, I feel obligated to love you because you're my birth givers. But if they feel obligated to, then they won't. Because what the fuck is an obligation? Something that you choose. I don't have to. I just choose to. You don't have to feel obligated to do anything you don't want to. And if they want to try to force you to do something, that's manipulation, that's coercion, that's this, that's that, and you don't got to. Do what you love, do what you enjoy, and if you don't enjoy it, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you find a way to get out of it. Now, I really do gotta go, because I'm at work. I'm just not in work.